What's happening, my people? So it's your boy ChanceJolivette, aka Smooth, back with another video. So tonight what we're gonna be talking about is Kanye West Jeen-Yuhs trilogy, you could say. So this is the third one out of the documentary set. This is like hour and 37 minutes runtime. This was a good one right here, man. It differentiated from the other ones because we've seen a lot of what we see now of Kanye. There is a lot of old footage and stuff. Like it starts off with Rhyme Fest. He challenges like Kanye. Kanye's like, I'm a genius. You know, he on that shit. And Rhyme Fest is like one. We always think that everybody around Kanye is a bunch of yes men and stuff like that. Like he's telling Kanye, like, I thought you was a genius until I seen Jay-Z in the studio. And like, Jay-Z is a genius. I seen him do a song in 5 minutes. Like, that's genius. And he's like, Kanye's trying to rationalize, well, what about, what? He's like, yo, you could be a genius, but you ain't got to say it. You got to let other people say that you a genius and stuff. In my mind, I'm watching that, I'm like, I see why we ain't seen Rhyme Fest for a long time. I'm like, Kanye, get the fuck away from me. But anyways, so that's how this starts off, this part of the documentary. We see Kanye and his mama on Oprah, and he doing Hey Mama, he premiering Hey Mama on A. They didn't show the performance though. Maybe they couldn't clear the footage from Oprah, but they cleared the talking, but not the song. But I would have loved to see the performance. But probably could find it on YouTube or something. But hey, shed a little tear on that one. And then we see like everything leading up to this, and is Coodie. Coodie has been doing this documentary. He's been working on it for years and stuff. Like, when are we gonna drop this? What's the right time? And they doing everything. And like they grow apart. Then they come together at certain instances and stuff. Kanye is filming him. Like, I mean, Coodie gets filming Kanye and stuff. Like, whenever he blowing up, like he getting bigger and bigger. And the bigger he's getting, like the farther away he's getting from Coodie and stuff. So Coodie, he's filming and stuff, and he's like, we're bringing back Zero, the channel Zero and stuff like that. And we with Kanye and this, and Kanye just playing the fuck out of it. He like, this my man, so-and-so, like, calling the wrong name and stuff. And he like, yo, dog, my name is Coodie, man. You know me. He like, Kanye, man, get up. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck. I'm like, God. I'm like, man. But he was drunk. I give him that. But man, I'm like, man, with friends like that, who needs enemies? God damn, like Kanye, that was asshole. Kanye says he's an asshole in the songs though. So, hey. And this part of the documentary to me is much about Coodie as it is about Kanye and stuff. Like, there's a lot about Kanye and stuff, but like Coodie, we see like his life, how it changes in this span of time and stuff. Like the other ones, he was filming other videos whenever they went apart in this and that. Like this time they grow apart. Like he still has a life to live himself. He has a baby. He's raising his child and stuff like that. We see their life going in different directions. Kanye and Donda, they were like that, man. We see how their relationship was so close. And he was bringing her along. Like they was making moves, like making big moves together. And the fucked up thing, next thing you know, she gone. Like they doing all these big moves, and like she had called Coodie to come and film some stuff. And like, man, when Kanye, some of the things he says, like it be so inspirational. Like people tell you not to be cocky, and they tell you not to be overconfident or something. But why shouldn't I think I'm the greatest? And you should think you're the greatest too. Like that is inspiring as hell. Like whenever he says it, like I'm just the greatest, but whenever he says like I'm the greatest, and you should think that too. Like then, I guess in your mind, like it softens it up. It's like, oh, he's it's like a lesson to everybody. But whenever he says it just for himself, it's like, nigga, you better than us. So that's just the human in us and stuff, man. Like, I guess how some people say, like, man, he means well, it's just he says it wrong sometimes or something. Maybe that is the case. But man, we see Miss Donda, she passes at this moment, man. Very, very sad. Like, we see Kanye, he wraps himself up in his work and stuff like that. Then we get the next few years, like he played Coodie. Like Coodie was filming and stuff. He called Coodie to film like his touring and stuff, like after Miss Donna passed. And then like he kicked him off the tour, like told him there wasn't room for him. And then Coodie came at other times to film like other people that was on the tour. And like Kanye was like, man, I don't want you filming me and stuff. Like he played the homeboy like it was hurt. And then I know that had to hurt Coodie. Like his daughter was coming up in life and stuff. And she was young. And she was like, when I get old, I want to be an artist. And like Kanye, I know in being an artist, you got to be kind and thoughtful and this and that. And it's like, I know Coodie probably in his heart, like, that motherfucker wasn't kind, but he don't want to crush his daughter and stuff. And maybe he didn't resent Kanye. But in my mind, I would feel kind of fucked up. Like it, but, oh well. But I guess it is nice that at least one of her heroes was somebody he knew. But then that's bad too. Like when you know your heroes or you know somebody, I don't know. Common throws a concert. We finally see Kanye again, man. Kanye and Coodie, they see each other again, man. And it looks like old times, like to a certain extent or whatever. Like we see Kanye, he's still coming up in the game. Like his trajectory is through the roof. Coodie, he goes through a similar loss as Kanye, man. Like we see, he loses his father at this moment, man. Very, very sad. Years pass again. We get to Pablo time, and they got the Pablo fashion show. And so Coodie like, man, I gotta film this. So go, I think it was in New York or whatever. And so New York, like they kind of connect. Like he's premiering the songs and stuff. He reaches over, he daps Coodie, but that's the only time they really see each other and stuff. Like Kanye had a lot on his plate, but he was turning up with Life of Pablo. Had his fashion show, was doing a lot. At this moment right here, like around this time, we start to see whenever we kind of fell out of love with Kanye. He had his psychotic episodes. Like he started losing it. And then this is when he kind of reconnects with Coodie again. And then we get into Kids See Ghosts time. And we see the sessions. Like, that's a dope little part right there. Like, and I can't front, that's not an album that I really loved. But I really, truthfully, I only listened to that album maybe 2 times. But after I filmed this, I'm listening to that album. Because I was looking at the sessions and stuff. I'm like, man, that shit sounded kind of good. Like watching the sessions. But I gotta revisit that. And I know people probably watching it. You only listen to Kids See Ghosts this too many times. You suck. You trash. Probably so. Oh well. But we see one thing, man, I respect about Kanye on here, man, we see he constantly creating. Constantly. He's always rapping. He's always designing. He's always doing something, man. Like, he's constantly. I respect the hell out of that, man. Him and Coodie, they start growing close. He seems clear at this moment. And he talks about, like, man, I want to bring happiness to the world. And this and that. Blase. But then he gets right back into his weird bag. And he loses everybody again, man, and spazzes out and does this and that. Then he gets into gospel Kanye. I love the speeches he had at this moment, man. Like, he had a lot of inspirational stuff. But I can't lie, like the gospel Kanye, the Jesus is King is. I hated that album and stuff. Like that little period of time in his music career. I really hated that period. It hasn't been that long ago, but I hated that period in his career. COVID put the pieces in place for this documentary, man. When COVID hit, everything shut down. Coodie was like, man, this is time to start putting this together. Like 20 years of footage, dog. So COVID did have some positives and stuff. Then we see Kanye running for president. He meets with Coodie. He meets with Coodie again, man. So this is whenever they get together, he gets like clips for the Donda album and stuff. Like they start to shop the documentary, put the documentary together and stuff. So we just keeping the timeline in line of when things lined up. works on Donda in the midst of all this, like running for president and doing all this, like he working on Donda. We see Rhyme Fest, like, yeah, I think he's ghostwriting back again. Like, Kanye rhymes has been sounding pretty spiffy lately and stuff. But anyways, has another breakdown. Like, this is when he has a big breakdown, man, with the, abortion and another one abort me and I was gonna abort. Like, so at this point, man, we see Kanye, he has all the fame, the money, adulation, women. Well, he has his wife, well, kind of. But he has so much. But then, like, you just look at it. Like, if you pay attention, like, you see he always got 1 million people around him. Like, he designing, he rapping and stuff. But it's always so many people. There's so many people, like, he's giving speeches and stuff. Like, and people are just hanging on to every word. And, like, you have so much power. And, like, so many people relying on you, and so many people is looking for you to fall and speculating and doing this. Like, yeah, you got $1 billion and you got a lot of stuff. Man, do you envy it? Like, you see whenever people say money, more money, more problems and stuff, you be like, you tripping, man. But, like, would you want that life that he's living right there? And, like, that, it did look pretty uncomfortable, man. Like, I'm somebody that always, I feel like, man, I want it all. I want it to be bigger and this and that. I don't know if I want to be that big and stuff. But shit. Every time he go on a psychotic rant, like, Cootie is around, like, man, he filming and stuff. One thing you give that brother. Like, he see whenever Kanye going off the rails, he put the camera down. Like, you'll see it. Like, he filming, and Kanye be start talking crazy, like, start going in here, the camera will go down. Like, he be like, nah, I ain't gonna show my brother like that. Cootie a real one, man. Like, if Kanye don't know that, like, he should realize that, man. Cootie is a real one. Look like he getting better at this point, like, towards the end of the documentary and stuff. Maybe, like, 30 minutes left or whatever. But we see Kanye in real time. Like, that's interesting to see. Like, him going on a rant and then him watching the rant. And seeing, like, how it's affecting him and stuff. And, like, you might look like you think that he might regret it or something, but he's watching it and he's looking like, yo, man, y'all shut up, man, watch. And then Tucker Carlson, like, he looks like I think that's Tucker Carlson. I don't really watch Fox News or whatever, but, like, he's looking like he's shunning Kanye, like, talking about Kanye crazy. And he's like, maybe he's not crazy. He looks like he's onto something. And Kanye's validated. That's why they motherfuckers like Fox and stuff so much, man. Cause that's why they like Fox and all that bullshit. But, one thing, man, Kanye really the type of nigga that you just be rapping all the time. Like, you know people like that. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I know people like that. And they kind of annoying because I did music. I do music, like, I don't do it like I used to and stuff. It's not like my number one priority because I never was making no money off of it and stuff like that. Like, it's a passion, but it's like, it's not doing anything. But like people know that, like, I record or I can record and I have equipment and stuff. They wanna, yo, Smooth, you wanna, and they annoying you. And Kanye is like that dude. Like, he just walk around like rabbit. But, like, you shun people like that. But what's the difference between that person and a Kanye? Like, Kanye just wants somebody that made it. Like, he lucked out. Like, his talent paid off. But they got a lot of people that's like that. And we shun them all the time. And even me, like, I'm not somebody that, like, ask people to listen to me or try to validate people. I'm more like, whenever Kanye was at the beginning of the documentary, like, talking about overconfident, when people don't want you to be confident, they want you to be like this, and I'm kind of like that, like, with my stuff. Like, somebody be like, man, you dope, you this and that, and you this. And I'm kind of like, thank you, man. I kind of play down myself, man. Like, so me and Kanye is kind of opposite. I don't like that about myself sometimes. Like, I think I should poke my chest out a little bit more, but I'm just not the type of dude. But, we get to the end, man. Kanye, he has so many layers about himself. Like, so many layers. And we have a lot of moments we be like, we want the old Kanye and stuff. But it's like, this Kanye and that part of Kanye and the crazy rants and this and that and that. That's every part of that man that made that man that got him to where he is at. So it is why a billion people love him and why a billion people probably hate him right now. But it's what brought him to this point right here. And are all geniuses crazy? Or do we think genius is a when you watching genius in person, does it come off as crazy or something? You don't know. Or is he a genius or something? Like, it's hard for people to accept when somebody be like, I'm a genius. Like, if Einstein was walking around like, I'm a genius, would we be like, nigga, whatever. E equals MC squared, whatever. Like, but it's inspirational. It's inspirational like a motherfucker, man. So if you haven't watched it, man, definitely check this out, man. This kind of put a battery on my back, like not necessarily for music or anything, but shit, but for everything. Like, cause Kanye, he's constantly working. And man, if he can do that, like the thing that kind of like pushes me back from my old battery in the back is cause like you get discouraged after a point in time. You like, man, nothing is coming from it. So it kind of discourages you. But I gotta get my battery in my back and stuff. Like, I still work on a lot of things, like especially my YouTube and stuff, but could do a lot of other things, man. I have a lot of other talents, man. Like, I ain't painted in like a year and stuff. Like, I used to love to paint, but then like people kept shafting me on my paintings and stuff. But this is not about me. This is about Kanye. But this is a good documentary, man. Definitely check this out, man. Like, comment, subscribe. It'll be the greatest and the most hated. Holla at your boy.